Hi everybody, Daniel here. Welcome back to my kitchen. Today we're going to prepare a potato leek and bean soup. So the ingredients that you're going to need are leeks. These are about $3 currently at the supermarket. These are in season. Potatoes, you can take any potatoes, white potatoes. I like these red potatoes. I got about $1 worth here. And Romano beans. So I took those Romano beans from this big packet. Again, you can find very easily in the supermarket. Not very expensive, I think around $3 for that. And so the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my beans cooking, because if I put them directly in the soup, then they're not gonna get cooked in time because they're still really hard. So when you're cooking a bean from its dried form, it helps to soak it, and you definitely have to cook it for quite a bit. In this case, 15 minutes of pressure cooking in the Instant Pot. So I'm going to put 2 cups of water and I'm going to get that going, and then I'm going to start chopping. So I've got my beans going, and I'm going to start by chopping a leek. Now I didn't really know how to prepare these when I was younger. My wife from France, who eats this a lot more than I did when I was growing up in the US, showed me. It's actually very simple, but it's important not to just cut these like an onion. You kind of have to make an incision down the middle like this, so that then you can open it up like this. And the reason for that is you see that there's some dirt. So when a leek grows, all the dirt can be on the inside and outside. So when you cut it like this, then you can run it under water and wash all the dirt out and then chop it up into pieces. So now I cut that up, and this is what it looks like. You can see how much just one leek gives. It gives me a whole chopping board of leeks. And so if you do the math, I said $3 for these 5, so that's about, I don't know, less than 50 cents worth of vegetable right there. So then I'm going to put those in the casserole and then chop my potatoes. So I chopped up about 10 medium potatoes. You can take the skin off fully if you want. I just took the bad parts of the skin off and I left it on, and this is what I wound up with. And then I'm getting the leeks started just in a saute here with a little bit of olive oil. If you wanted to throw in some spices, cumin seeds, something like that, that would be okay. I always find it's a good idea to saute onions, garlic, leeks. Leek is in the onion family. Before you do a soup or some kind of meal on top of it, it adds a little bit more of a rich flavor. So I'm going to saute that for a couple minutes, and then I'm going to add in my vegetable bouillon cube along with my potatoes. So you can see after a couple minutes, the leeks have reduced in size a bit. And like I said, here go my potatoes, and here goes my vegetable bouillon. And then I'm gonna basically eyeball the rest of the water just so that I can get all of the vegetables covered. To wind up with something like that. I'll give it a stir. I'll add in some herbe de Provence and maybe a little bit of garlic powder. I usually don't put very many spices in this. It's a fairly flavorful meal, just with the vegetables. And add in a bit of salt and pepper and let it come to a boil. And after it boils, reduce the heat and let it cook for maybe 20 minutes or so until the potatoes soften up. So now I have my assistant and the Instant Pot finished with the Romano beans. Sorry, you can't see very well. And I rinsed them off, and now I have them sitting here. Lisa's gonna try one.
Good.
It's good. Okay. Got her seal of approval. And then the soup is still cooking a little bit, but then I'm gonna basically just take the Romano beans and put them in for the last couple minutes there so that everything can cook all together. So after I put the beans in there for just the last couple minutes to let everything cook together, pretty much finished. And this is what the final product looks like. You've got your vegetable in the form of the leeks, you've got your carbohydrate in the form of the potato, and you've got your protein in form of the beans. So go ahead, taste it out, add salt, pepper, whatever spices to your liking, and bon appetit.